welcome back. It's another Sim Sculpting Sunday, and today we are back on our historical nonsense, as we like it. This sim, please forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, I'm doing my best. I looked it up and everything. Hoşyar Kadın. She's based on the actress who played her in Kalbimin Sultanı, which is a historical fiction TV series put out in 2018. I did not look up the actress's name. Besti Koktemir? I probably pronounced that one wrong. But Hoşyar Kadın. She was an Ottoman aristocrat, the fifth wife of Sultan Mehmed II of the Ottoman Empire. And yeah, mostly the actress's face. I remember seeing like previews of it, and I was just like, I love her face. I would like to recreate it in a completely non-creepy, non-Texas Massacre way. Like, no chainsaws involved. I just enjoy her face. And so it took me a lot longer than I expected, but I'm really happy with the result. I've been happy with a lot of the Sims I've created lately, but her mouth was really what I liked the most. It's very cat-like. I would say, like, it's upturned at the corners, but then, like, the upper lip is a little bit wider, and it was interesting, and I wanted to see if I could do it. She's also got kind of interesting wide eyes. I mean, she's gorgeous, obviously, but her mouth was really what I wanted to try to recreate as best as I could, and I think that I did a good job. I mean, I would say that I did a pretty good job, but, you know, I'm also biased. And yeah, I really wanted to create this and try to create her. The only thing I think that I was not super successful on was her jaw. I just couldn't get it square enough, but also keep it delicate. Like, she has a very, very interesting jaw shape, and it was very difficult to attain. I tried, I did my best, but I don't think that I was entirely successful in that, which is fine. Like, that happens sometimes. There's gonna be an element that no matter what kind of sliders and nonsense you've got, like, you just can't perfectly recreate what you were hoping to recreate. I've at least learned a lot more about mouths and mouth shapes in The Sims and how to get a certain look, so I'm happy about that, and I can always use that for the next sim. So I'm looking here to see if I can find anything. Looks like she was the adopted daughter of Beyhan Sultan, who was the daughter of Mustafa III and a cousin of Muhammad, so it looks like she did not have the typical background we've seen of some of, like, the Turkish consorts. I think she was like a wife, like she didn't come from the harem, like she was married. Like she was just straight up offered marriage to him at one point and he agreed. I mean, she lived in the harem, obviously, but, like, yeah. Let's see. She was given the title of fourth consort. 2 years later, she gave birth to her first daughter, Mahirima Sultan. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Two years later, she had another daughter, Sa, who sadly died at 2, and then she was elevated to a third consort and later a second consort. Which is interesting, because I don't believe in the Ottoman Empire I know too much about, like, the wife ranking system. Like, I think it's China and Japan, like, there was stuff going on with that, but I don't know too much about, like, this time period, because this is 1817, around there, so this is later than what I've seen before. I'm not an expert on the Ottoman Empire at all, any way, shape, or form. I think it's interesting, but I don't know enough about it to be really talking about it too much, but I'm trying. Let's see. Looks like she did let her daughter pick her choice of husband. She showed her the portraits of several young men, each worthy of her hand, and her daughter chose who she'd marry, which is kind of interesting. Said Pasha. Unfortunately, after his marriage, he incurred Muhammad's displeasure and was exiled to the provinces, so not a great thing for him. But it looks like Hoşyar was sufficiently sure of her influence to petition Muhammad directly, and did so in a letter. So he actually, per her request, returned the guy back to Istanbul, so nice of him, I guess. Daughter died in childbirth, you know, sad. And then once her husband died, she kind of lost all influence at court, which seems to be kind of the case. She was described as tall and fair-haired, and her skin exceedingly white, set off the freshness of her complexion. I did not make her fair-haired in this, based on the actress, but interesting. Yeah, I mean, she seems like an interesting lady. She wasn't as, like, she was not harem or some of the other women from the Sultanate of Women, but still an interesting person, and like I said, the actress is gorgeous, so I wanted to create her. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, and I will see you in the next one.